So I've sort of posed a problem for you here, but I don't have a solution yet. We don't have a solution. But we're working on it. And how are we working on it? Well, we've sent spacecraft to all 3 planets. Some of them are orbiting now, including the MAVEN spacecraft, which is currently orbiting Mars, which I'm involved with, and which is led here out of the University of Colorado. It's designed to measure atmospheric escape, and we have similar measurements from Venus and Earth. And so once we have all our measurements, we can combine all these together, and we can understand how all 3 planets interact with their space environment, with the surroundings, and we can decide whether magnetic fields are important for habitability or not. Once we have that answer, why should you care? I mean, I care deeply. And financially as well, but deeply. First of all, an answer to this question will teach us more about these 3 planets, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Not only about how they interact with their environment today, but how they were billions of years ago, whether they were habitable long ago or not. It'll teach us about atmospheres that surround us and that are close. But moreover, what we learn from these planets can be applied to atmospheres everywhere, including planets that we're now observing around other stars. For example, the Kepler spacecraft, which is built and controlled here in Boulder, has been observing a postage stamp size region of the sky for a couple of years now, and it's found thousands of planets in one postage stamp size region of the sky that we don't think is any different from any other part of the sky. We've gone in 20 years from knowing of 0 planets outside of our solar system to now having so many that we don't know which ones to investigate first. Any lever will help. In fact, based on observations that Kepler's taken and other similar observations, we now believe that of the 200 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy alone, on average, every star has at least 1 planet. In addition to that, estimates suggest that there are somewhere between 40 billion and 100 billion of those planets that we would define as habitable in just our galaxy. We have observations of those planets, but we just don't know which ones are habitable yet. It's a little bit like being trapped on a red spot on a stage and knowing that there are other worlds out there and desperately wanting to know more about them, wanting to interrogate them and find out if maybe just 1 or 2 of them are a little bit like you. You can't do that. You can't go there. Not yet. And so you have to use the tools that you've developed around you for Venus, Earth, and Mars, and you have to apply them to these other situations and hope that you're making reasonable inferences from the data and that you're going to be able to determine the best candidates for habitable planets and those that are not. In the end, and for now, at least, this is our red spot right here. This is the only planet that we know of that's habitable, although very soon we may come to know of more. But for now, this is the only habitable planet, and this is our red spot. I'm really glad we're here. Thanks.